Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and a how-to on how I'm going to take my Cricut Joy Extra and we're going to make stencils for the Dodge Charger Hellcat. So let's go down and look at what we're going to need here. Right off the rip, I got my Cricut Joy Extra or XTRA. I bought this because it was on sale and it's small and it'll fit in my shop. Only other reason, I'm not like saying you need to run out and buy a Cricut. If you got one that'll work, use it. It came with these. We will be using these. A few other things you're going to need is it's called flexible stencil film. It's made by Cricut. I went online and I did a whole bunch of looking around. I did ChatGPT. I did Google AI, and both of them said that this is the one you want to go for the price and for how much you get. The other thing you're going to need is, this is called transfer tape. This actually came with this. So I'll show you how you'd use this. This is so simple. It's not even funny. And you're going to need a mat. And the reason why we're needing a mat is because I'm going to have to cut this down to actually fit in the Cricut. So how do we do this? First thing we need to do is find out what you want to do. Well, I want to do a door logo with the Hellcat emblem right in here, right across here. So first thing I did is I'm going to put you over to the computer. Went to the computer and I brought up Google. I did a search for Hellcat door logos, and this is what came up. So I was looking around, and this one actually kind of fit the bill for me. So I right-clicked on it, and I said, open image in new tab. So it fires up a new tab up top here. Clicked on it, and now look at that. This thing's perfect for what I want. So I right-clicked it, and I hit copy image, just like that. Left all of this go. We're gonna make this small right now. I left all that go, and then I came down and I fired up Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop, there's a whole bunch of other free stuff out there that you can use. I have Photoshop, so I use it, but all we're doing is we're taking this thing and turning it into a GIF file or a PNG file that the Cricut can read. So I went up here to, how about if I bring this over to the screen here? For some reason it put me on screen 2, which is just because my computer is not cooperating. There we go. I went over here to new file, clicked on it. I came down to this screen came up. It's all jumping over to my other monitor because that's the one I use all the time. I double click on this. It brings this little box up. You go up to the top, you hit edit, and you come down and click on paste. And basically, there it is. So what I wanted to do is I come up here to file, and I hit save a copy. Right there, save a copy, not just save or save as. You want to save a copy with Photoshop. So click on that. It brings this up where it wants to save. This is just my last file folder that I'd use for my last update or video. And if you look down here, it already says PNG. It must have been the file that I found online. So how about if we give this the name HC vid 1. All right, and then we're going to hit save. And we're going to hit OK. And then we're going to X out of this. Well, we'll just close this one. So we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to Close. I don't want to save that. I already did. I don't need another copy. And then we're going to drop this down to the bottom because we're going to have to come down to the bottom again. Bring up Google. I'm going to close this one. And I'm going to go back to home just because it's easier. And I'm going to hit Dodge, Hellcat, logo. And what I'm looking for is the Hellcat. And you can see it. Here's one. But maybe I should type this as insignia. And it's probably not going to do it again. So, but anyhow, what I want to do is find the word Hellcat on here. And I did that already. So no sense in us just wasting time for me to try to remember where I found it. But I did a search for it. It came up with the Hellcat that I wanted. So I took that and I saved it just like I did the other one. And then it's time to go into Cricut. So I already have Cricut fired up. So we go into Cricut. You come up to New. And then I come over here to Blank Screen. And then you got to come over. This thing makes you jump around a lot. So from Blank Canvas, come over here to Start Designing. And now here's your blank canvas. So I want to upload that picture into here. So we're going to come down here to Upload. And you can see I already have all this done. But we're going to upload that one. We'll just do the one because we already have the Hellcat. And I'll show you. So Upload Image right here. And it says Browse. So we're going to go Browse. And then I am going to go to Desktop. Modelworks, Hobbies, Group Build, Buddy Build, and there it is. So there's that. I'm going to hit Continue, and that puts it on the working screen. So this is already a PNG file, so I don't have to cut out all the white, which is what I'm going to save anyhow. What we're going to end up doing is peeling all this black off. And that's what we're going to spray. So this is good. So I can come down here to Apply and Continue. And now it's asking me multiple layers, single layer, or flat graphics. And I'm going to go with single layer on here and hit Continue. And now that is ready to rock and roll. We'll hit Update. And boom, it's huge. So we're going to make it smaller by going in here and hitting File, or Size, I'm sorry. And I know that I want that to be 1 inch. So 1.0 inches. And we're golden. Here it is. So I can move that around, click on it, and I can move it around. And we'll put it right here, just out of the way right now. And now we want to go back over here and remember that Hellcat that I already have. We'll click on that. We'll click on Hellcat, and we're going to add to canvas. And that went right there. That I want a lot smaller than that. So we're going to go to 0.250. And there we go. So now we have the two of them, and they're just floaty. So first thing I want to do is I want to make it, because we're going to have both sides of the car. So we'll take the Hellcat. We'll click on it because this is the easiest one. The three little dots right here. Click on them. Come down here to, I'm sorry. We'll click on this. This is even easier. Click on that and see the two here. Duplicate. That simple. Now we're going to just click on this one, and we're going to get it out of the way for a second. We'll click on our Wildcat and duplicate it. And now if I put this together just like this, where both of these are going the same direction, One of them is going to be facing the back of the car. So we need to take this one and flip it. And up here, I clicked on it. I'm going up to flip. I'm going to hit flip, and I'm going to hit horizontal. Now it's facing the right direction. So now we can bring it over and just drop it here. And don't worry about getting them all lined up perfectly with the one above it or whatever, because that doesn't stay. So, which is so frustrating to me. But what we'll do now is we're going to make this to where we can see a little better. So I'm coming down here to the 100, and we're going to make this a little bit bigger. And we'll scroll over to it. We'll start with this one because it's the first one that came up. Now I'm going to use this grid. So I'll click on the cat head, and I'm going to move it to where the bottom of the chin is touching the grid, and the back here is touching the grid. So basically the box is in a 1-inch square. That makes it to where I can line this up even better. So I have this, I'm going to bring it in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to go up 1 block from the bottom, and I'm going to come in 1 block from the back side. And what I'm doing is I'm tucking that in into the head a little bit, which will give me more room on the car to move it back and forth between the doors, because I want to keep this within the 2 doors of the car. So there is that. We are good to go with this one. I'm going to move this up just a smidge and over just a smidge more, because what I want to do here is I want to put this together. Because if I don't, and we go to set it up to the printer, it will still be 4 pieces. So we're going to highlight this. We're going to come down. Now is where we come down to these 3 dots. And right here, it says combine, and we're going to weld them together. Now that's 1 piece, and I can take it, click on it, and the whole thing moves. It's 1 piece. So there's that one. Let's work on this one. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to click and grab our cat, and we're going to bring it into the frame. And again, I'm going boxing this in. This line and this line are boxed in onto this grid. We're going to take the cat, or the Hellcat, and we're going to come in, up 1 grid from the bottom, and 1 block in from the back side. Right there. It's this easy, man. I'm telling you. Now let's just put that one together. We're going to go over here and we're going to weld it. So combine and weld it together. Now we got the 2 of them. And this was messing me up here. Let's go back down to 100%. I thought when I first got this that since these are like this, I was going to put these where I wanted them on this grid, and that's where they were going to print. And I found out very quickly, to my frustration, that that's not the way it works. So the next thing we got to do, and this is super simple. You can take notes here. You can watch the video as you're going through and just follow along with me. Any logo will work as long as it's big enough to where you can peel this off, and we'll get to that. So let's go to make here, up at the top corner here, right here. We're going to go make, save project. We'll save this. Okay, so I hit save on that, and then it jumped right into this screen. So we're going to put this on a mat, because remember, my paper is too big for the Cricut to just feed in through itself. So we could do without a mat, because this is the smart paper, but I can't, because like I said, it's too thick. I got to cut it down, and we're going to just put it on the mat. It's super simple, trust me. So we're going to go on a mat, and we're going to confirm and see what I'm talking about. Instead of putting it the way I had it, it arranged it to the 9-inch mat. So, which is what fits through the Cricut itself. So we have to organize these. And what I want to do is I want to have at least an inch from the top to the bottom and an inch separation on these. And I could go here, but see, I'm close to the edge on the back side here. So what I'll do is I'll do this, and we're going to hit that, and we're going to hit continue. Now it's going to ask what kind of vinyl mat we're doing. And I already have this one bookmarked because it's the smart vinyl. But what we're going to do is we're going to use a different one today. This is all a test, by the way, because I haven't used this new masking. Now we're going to come up to the top, and we're going to click on search. And we'll search, and I already did this. I know this is in here, but we're going to search for flexible stencil film. And we're going to hit the little hourglass, or the little spyglass. And there it is, Smart Stencil Flexible Stencil Film. See how it's highlighted there? So this is the one we want. We'll go ahead and click on this. We're going to hit done. Now it took us over here. Let me stop right here. We're not going to change anything. I'm not going to do anything except for, let me bring you up to the phone. I want to cut this to fit the mat. So give me a second to move all this out of the way so we have some room on the desk, and then we'll cut this, we'll put it on the mat, and then we'll come back. Or I'll show you how to do that even, but I just want to get this out of the way. All right. So I got my stencil film pulled out of the box. We got our mat. I got my X-Acto blade with a brand new blade in here, and we're going to cut some of this down. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, and I like how it has the grid in the back. So we're going by 1 inch, and we said we're going to drop down. So we're here and here. I'm actually going to come down this far, right to this line here, just so I have a little bit of extra. Because, I mean, I don't want to screw this up. So we'll just take this with a sharp knife, not pointed straight down, but I'm going to point it this way so I can kind of slice through this. And it cuts like butter. So there we go. Now what I want to do before this thing completely unhogs itself is I want to tape this back up so it doesn't end up like a slinky running across the floor. And we're going to put it right back in the box. It's in the box. All right. Now, the mat, and these things, you can replace these. They're like, this is a medium sticky mat, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want a stiffy mat because it'll just make life hard for you. So let's peel this plastic piece off. And again, like I said, you put the plastic piece right back on here when you're done. This is reusable. Now we're going to take this and stick it on. Right on the edge. All the way down. Bring it across. Now we're going to work all the air out of the thing. And they have a little tool that I have over here just for that. And we'll just see these little bubbles and stuff. We want to get all that out of there as much as we can. At least down to here. There's a piece of dirt there. at least down to here, because that's where everything's going to be. All right. Ta-da. We're ready to run this through. So I'm going to pull the Cricut back here. Open it up. We got the flashy light. Take this. Make sure everything looks good. It just took it. Make sure you have enough room in the back. All right. It says tool and materials loaded on the computer here. And I can go back and forth here. The computer. See, it says tools and materials loaded. All we have to do now is come down here to click go. I hit go. It's thinking about it. Red light's gone. Checking out where my paper is. And there she goes. It's as simple as this. As long as I didn't screw anything up, or as long as you don't make things too small, it'll cut them really, really nice. Way better than I thought. So we'll let it do its thing. If you want to fast forward through this, you can. Kind of hypnotizing, isn't it? It's a lot quicker than I thought it would be. So I'm very impressed with this. I'm going for the other side now. And you see why I didn't cut that all the way over. And I could have cut it this way, but next thing I'll do, I'll cut this off, and I can just flip this around and use this side. You just got to remember when you do that to put that, whatever your mask is, on the opposite side of the sheet up top. This is so cool. Now, I've already painted the car. I got, there, we're done. So on the computer, it's going to come up and it's going to say unload. I will do that while you're watching here. So I'm going to click on that little unload button. That's it. And if you look, it did very well. So let's get the Cricut out of the way, and I will bring you right back. All right, the Cricut's out of the way. You can see this a lot better now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute, and we're going to take some of this transfer paper. We're going to go 2 inches here. So I'll come down and I'll hit this 1/2 inch line, and I'm just cutting this across. It doesn't need to be perfect. You'll see why in a minute. Now I'll get this. I'm just going to chuck this over there. And we're going to take this and match it out to our size of our piece here. And I'm going to mark it with a pencil or a pen or something that I have right to about there. I just want to make sure that I have enough for both sides, that's all. So we'll go like this. And we're pretty close to even. So that'll work. All right, now the fun part is, you want to talk about therapeutic. We're going to take this and my good tweezers, and I'm going to have to don my visor. So give me a second here and I'll be right back. All right, so we had a slight faux pas there. I wanted to show you doing this, but somehow I must have bumped my mouse and put this in pause. So let's peel this one off, and I'll show you how easy these things peel off. We'll start with the letters. So I'm going to actually spin this around just so it's easier for me to see. And I can probably bring you in a little bit here and still try to keep my head out of this. So I always start with the letters. I don't know. It's like a big reveal to me at the end when you pull the cat part off. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying my best to be very gentle on the corners so that we can keep those corners as crisp and as clean as we can. So I'm coming up to just before the corner and pushing down and towards me at the same time, and just trying to stretch this clear plastic away there, like that. See? Takes a couple of seconds to get it to go, but once it does, it comes off of there nice. And I've already tested this. If you watch my last update video, you can see I tested it on a Pinot roof. The main reason why I did that is to make darn sure that this was not going to peel all the paint off of my car. And it did not. And that paint didn't even have clear coat on it. So I am pretty confident, especially seeing how this comes off of here, that we should have pretty good luck. Okay, we're at the cat. So let's see, where am I going to start on this thing? Let's start right at the top here. I'm going to spin it around so I can get a better bite on its mane right there. And we will take our good old time. I lost the eye on this one. Not a big deal at all, because I'm going to paint that eye red anyhow. So we'll peel all this off. Taking our time. Trying real hard to keep my hands and head out of the frame. Look there, the eye stayed in this one. Check it out. All right, now I have all that stuck to my finger. The next thing we want to do is we want to put this transfer paper or transfer tape on here. So I'm going to do this one with the straight edge on the bottom, just like that. And I'm going to come down. See this line right here that I can see through the grid? I'm going to come down past that, because the car doesn't go down that far. I want to just make darn sure that, let's get that out of the way, because that will show up. So peel some of this off. This stuff is kind of a pain in the butt sometimes for me. Snip up our fingers and trim nails. I can see it, but I can't grab it. Look at that. Got it. Had it. Lost it all. So, again, I'm letting this roll just so you can see exactly what's going on. Now I'm going to peel this back like this, and we're going to set it down here. I said I wanted that straight piece straight. I'm going to come up forward like this. And we're just going to work this out onto here as smooth as I can make it. I got a wrinkle up here, but that's okay, because that's going to end up coming off anyhow. So there's the one. I'm happy with that. I could actually peel this off right now, but I don't want to until I get this one on. So I'll pause you. I'll peel this paper off. I'll set this tape on here, and we'll go from there. All right, it's on. I'm going to take this and make sure that's on there good and tight. Same with this side. Make sure that's on there good and tight. Now, we'll go ahead and peel this off of the sticky paper. Without stretching it. There we go. I am going to put my cover right back on this right now. Be back. Just to keep this as clean as I can. See, and now I can use this a couple more times. Let's get into here and turn this into a mask. I'm going to cut this off, just cut it line right here. Just to separate the two. And now we're going to work this out a little bit so that it's not crazy hard to get all this to line up. So there's that. You see what I'm doing is I'm just making it to where when I put this on the car, it doesn't all try to wrinkle up, because the clear isn't as loose as the rest of it, I guess you could say. And I keep seeing my lights flicker, so if you guys go away, I'm sorry. All right, there's one. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Just get it off of this. And again, we can reuse this. So I'm going to put it over in a big lump of pile I got there. And now you can see why I got that big roll of the mask or the transfer tape. So we'll just keep going here. Like this. And there we go. We got our two masks. This one I can cut way down on here. I don't need that much over the bottom. So let's bring our body over. My body is 2 coats of black primer, 2 coats of Kaleido's gloss dark green, and then 2 coats of Kaleido's gloss clear varnish. Easier for me to say. I'm going to hold off on putting this on here until I get the center stripes on. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll bring it right back. All right, we're back. That took me a lot longer than I thought. But I got the top masked out. The hood's done. It's ready to get painted. The back And the one that took me a lot longer than I expected was the front. So now we're ready to put these on. And I'm pretty pumped up here. What I did already, just before I came on camera, is I peeled off just a smidge of the corner, just so you didn't have to see me struggle getting this mask off of here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the bottom backing off real careful like, to make sure that only the backing comes off of the mask. This is where growing a third arm would be awesome. So far we're looking great. All right. So there we go. Now we're going to take this and get it lined up where I want it. And this is going to be all eyeball. So my head's going to probably be in the way. But I do have an idea of where I want it. I want to make sure that the cat stays on the car right at that, and the hell comes off of the wheel well, just like that. Now I'm going to burnish this baby down. On here. And we're going to see how hard it is to get this top piece off of the bottom. And I have a feeling that this is not going to work, because it's stuck to that like friggin' glue. Like, wow. I mean, it's not going to work. This way. It doesn't want to release. I'm trying. There it goes. We're going to win this game after all. Just needed to get under it. Oh yeah, this is going to work. Heck yeah. Now I'm going to pull this as tight backwards as I can and hope that all that rubber sticks down. We're going to go very freaking slow. But it's looking, oh yeah. Kitty cat's on there. Look at this. There we go. Oh yeah. We're going to call that a win. Let me burnish that down. Make sure nothing's going to get underneath, like right there. And I'm going to do that to everywhere. This looks like it's stuck pretty darn good. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Probably talking to myself the same way. And I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to be using matte black on this with my Avanis set up with a 0.2 millimeter tip in here. And I want to get all this out of the way. I shook this with the crappy fingernail polish shaker I have. And we're going to give this enough to where I don't have to worry about it. Not planning on doing this very heavy because I'm not going to clear coat over top of this. As I was saying, I'm not planning on clear coating this. So I want to keep this as thin as I possibly can. I got a couple of spoons here that I want to try and just see. I'm at 20 psi. I like it. All right, let's make a mistake here. I'm doing very light, very back, and very far away. We're going to do 2 of those just like that on everything, including my thumb, because I don't want to put a glove on and take the chance of dropping this. This is going to be really cool if it works out. And I'm staying very positive here. As long as I can peel the mask off, I think we'll be okay. And I know I have the whole back section here I want to take off. Whoops, sorry, earthquake. But I want to get this done, and then I can always come back. Oh, I got a little heavy-handed there. You know, I can mask everything else off and do that very easily. So, okay, now, the moment of truth. Let's see if all these days of work are going to pay for themselves. I want to go inside here first, because I want this whole thing to be matte black. And there. Let's start on the top. Blow everything off. You know what? I better do this so I can see 2 pieces of lint on there. Should have done that before I did the front. Check my paint. Paint looks good. Tally-ho. And I'm not trying to make a ghost shadow or any of that. I'm just trying to do a very light matte black on this. Where this is literally pretty much dry before it hits. Just like that. So you can still see that gloss through there. One more coat, probably, maybe two, but we'll see. All right, I want to make sure my paint's flowing. And here we go. I'm going straight down on this. And you can see I'm hardly even smoking it. I didn't even break the gloss off of it. I was going so slow that I wasn't putting anything out at all. There we go. All right, let's come around and do this again on the whole thing. Oh, again, earthquake. Sorry, I got my visor on. And I got a whole bunch of other stuff that, I missed some here. That, oh geez, I forgot to do this. I could be painting the matte black, and I'm not today because I'm focusing more on this. Just to get this, to make sure I'm doing this semi-decently. All right. Let's put another coat on everything else again. Just trying to keep it all as even as I can as I'm going. And like I said, I'm feeling a lot more confident with my paints, but there's always that doubt, you know what I mean? This looks really good. Check the car out again. That I can see the roof is shallow. I got to do another one on the roof, and oh man, I don't know. That looks really good. So does that one. I'm still going to hit it. Couldn't see. There we go. I think I'm getting a dry tip here. Holding back too far. There we go. I'm going to keep this running. Because this, for sure, needs another coat. I'm using my 0.2 because I have a little more control over it. But I'm fighting the dry tip because I'm running it so low. And I didn't want to put any retarder in here or thinner because I didn't want it to run. All right, I'm calling that good. I'll head over to the other side. We'll see you over there. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull you in just a smidge here. And geez, Batman. Not being too nervous or anything, but crap and holy. I want to take this tape off of here and get this mask off ASAP. Trying to think of where I can hold it. Right there. And I'm coming against, geez, how about if I get you in frame here? Dang it. There we go. I'm coming against the grain here as tight as I can to try. Oh, yeah. The top of the H just ripped off. But that's cool as I was hoping it would be. Let's come back at it this way. These do hold on there tight, man. So make sure you let that paint cure so you don't get into trouble with it. I'm going to cut this off. And of course, it's going to start peeling now. So now I got to start bringing that up without taking the paint with it. Just gentle. Like that. There we go. Okay, who's taking bets right now that I'm going to stab myself before I get this taken off? Just taking time, that's all. I think I can get a hold of that. Right here, yes. See if I can roll the rest of this out. Nope. Cause let's see if those aren't gonna do any better. These are even weaker. Oh, Cricut gave me some. Let's see what these do. Absolutely nothing. Go back to my old ones. This thing's got to be 15 years old. Yeah. And I'm trying to hit just rubber and not the paint underneath it too. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be so worth it in the end. And then once everything dries cure hard, I'll come back with some wax, and that'll take off any of the residue that's on here. And this will be primo. It does stick. I might go back to the blue vinyl instead. I'll come back with a knife on that. Gotcha. Little tiny nose piece. And we got a chunk. I might have hit a little bit of paint though. That's okay. We can rub that out. Yeah. All right. Check that out. This is exactly what I wanted. I'll tell you one thing for sure. The paint's not going to go underneath it. Ain't no way. Is the paint going to go underneath this? All right. And that's what you were waiting around to see. Let me get some, let me pull the camera down because you can see that better. Look at all the stuff stuck to my thumb. I'm going to pause you for a sec. Okay. Now, I think that was worth it. See how that changes with the light? That is awesome. All righty then. I'm going to pull the rest of this mask off and I'll be right back. All right. This side came off like in 2 minutes. It came off a lot better than the other side did. And I'm loving it. I like the matte black because it kind of changes every different way you look at it. It'll disappear completely and then show back up, and it's really cool. Was it worth it? Absolutely yes. Will I do it again? A lot. It wasn't that hard. You saw everything I did, and I wasn't holding anything back. I mean, I showed you it does take a minute to get the stuff off, but I will take that all day long, and just there's a little bit of residue here and there that's going to need to be worked out, and I guarantee you, as soon as I hit this with the turtle wax ice, all that resin's going to come right now. So I'm not worried about that one bit. Check out that stripe, and like I said, see how it changes the way the light hits it. And even when I get the ice on it, it's not going to be that glossy gloss. It's not going to even go to a, what am I going to say? A semi-gloss. It's still going to be fairly flat. It will take on a little bit more gloss, and it will darken up just a little bit more when I hit it with the ice. But I'm okay with that. I got a completely custom Karna. One off. Nobody else has this anywhere. Do they want it? Maybe not. I never thought of that. But, I mean, the rest of this was just all masked off with Tamiya tape, and now that just looks like an angry grasshopper. But I'm happy with how everything worked out today. It's just time. You get a couple hours into it, maybe 3, maybe 4 hours into it. Figuring out what you want, designing it, getting it put on there, painting it, cleaning the brush. Look at how cool that looks. And all that, but is it worth it? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, what I want to do here is where the eye is, I am going to come back with some, the Kaleido red, just gloss red. And I'm going to put a drop of gloss red in there and I'm going to paint that eye red. So that's going to really, I think, elevate just a little bit more. And I'm going to use the airbrush paints because I want that to be that thin. So how cool is that? Now with that, let's go back and thank Gallery for everything they've done. You'll see across the top above Gallery, I have an Amazon code for you. If you wanted to order anything off of Amazon, use that, and it'll give you a percentage off there too. But everything you see so far on this car has been Gallery paint. I'm not using anything else yet. I want to remind everybody we got a 24-hour group build coming up in October 17th, as a matter of fact. And I'd love to see everybody there. This is going to be for the breast cancer awareness. We are going to take donations. If we hit $2,000, I'm going to shave half my head. If we get $3,000, I'm going to leave it for a week. So save your money. Give us a little donations. Let's try to get up to $3,000, and I'll have a video taken of me walking around Youngstown State University with half my head shaved. And when I say half my head, the right half of the head, the left eyebrow, the right side of the mustache, and the left side of the beard. And we're going to go to work that way. So There we go. Let's thank our veterans, our first responders, and our active duty people for putting it out on the line every single day. I salute each and every one of you, and I thank each and every one of you. Automotive Model Car Livecast is on there every other week, summer break. So don't miss out. It was this Thursday, so it'll be 2 weeks from last Thursday. And with that, let me get you back up to the top here. With that, I want to thank each and every one of you for everything. All your subscriptions, all your thumbs up, your thumbs down, comments, suggestions. It all helps. I will answer each and every one of your comments. If you don't like what you see, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. But I don't know. If you do give me a thumbs down, let me know why. I just, I don't know. I'd like to know so I can improve. And with that, I want to thank each and every one of you for sticking around to the end here. You all have a great day, a better tomorrow, and thank you very much for watching.